Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As you come into the chat room, be sure to drop your crowns and your location, and don't forget to like the video. And if you haven't shared the video, go ahead, send it to your Twitter, send it to your Instagram, send it to your cousin, send it to your brother, whatever it may be. Share the live. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, don't forget you're getting daily and consistent content here on the channel. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on anything, including my short videos that are sometimes under 15 seconds and sometimes under a minute, recaps of some of your favorite shows. Tonight, this evening, wherever you are, this morning, shout out to New Zealand, we are recapping 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After, Tell All Part 2. And, all right, I'll hold off. If you missed my collaboration with my boy Up and Adam on his channel, we recapped the Tell All earlier today. I've posted a link in the description of this video. Be sure to head on over there. Watch that, because we had a really great conversation. And don't forget, Up and Adam will be here for the very first time for a live for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So stay tuned for that on Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Shout out to everyone in the chat. QK asked if I ate. I have not eaten yet. Just saying. It's been a busy afternoon. I just put out literally another video talking about the Real Housewives of New York. Another update. If you watch my video from last night, there's another update. There's another update in regards to the Real Housewives of New York. Be sure to check out that video as well. Shout out to my mods that are already in the chat. Shout out to everyone that's watching. I appreciate you all being here. Let's, you know how we love to start the show. A little music. Let's get the vibes going. And then we will get into this 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After Tell All Part 2 recap. That was long. Anyways, let's get into some music, y'all. And let's vibe out. Drop those crowns in the chat and let me know where you're watching from. Thank you. Oh, that was a good vibe. It was a good vibe. I didn't even get up to dance today just because it's been a long day. What's going on TikTok? Head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're live on multiple platforms, including the Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook, the Kempire on Twitch and Twitter, and of course TikTok. If you would like to see what's going on, and be a part of our conversation on YouTube. We're live on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. Again, if you missed our recap that we did, our collaboration with Up and Adam earlier today, we had a really great, fun conversation about 90 Day Fiancé, Darcy and Stacey, and some other stuff. So be sure to check that out. I posted a link in the description of this video. And don't forget, we will be doing our Roni recap tomorrow. Real Housewives of New York. Speaking of Roni, there was some news that came out last night, posted about that. But then I have an update, y'all. I have an update. If you haven't checked that out, check out the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. There's an update. TikTok, if you're not following me on YouTube, follow me there. I will be posting a video on TikTok in just a bit. Shout out to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. Appreciate you all being here for our 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After Tell All Part 2. That is a mouthful. Okay. Danielle says, I don't watch 90. I was about to say Danielle. Danielle's she rides hard. She's just here to mod. She's just here to mod. Appreciate that. Danielle, you might actually like 90 Day, like the old ones. Like this new season is not a place to start. This new season, let's talk about it. I feel like the tell-alls were the best part of the season. The tell-alls. And honestly, tell-all part 1 was better than tell-all part 2. If we're going to be honest. Let's talk a little bit about it. Let me see. What couple do I want to talk about first? I don't want, we might as well. It began like this. Oh, Angela. And if you've been watching my recaps of 90 Day Fiancé, you know that I look, I can never be friends with Angela, but I think she's great reality TV. But as I said last week, she was way too much. She was way too much this episode. She was way too much part 1 of the tell-all. It was just too much. And that, you know what? Look, I love Sean Robinson. I think Sean Robinson is a great host for 90 Day Fiancé. However, this was a moment where Sean had to step in and say, lady, this show is not just about you. This behavior is unacceptable. We can't sit around and wait on you. You can't keep walking out. Yes, I get it. They probably love it for the show, but it was annoying to watch. I'm going to be real with you. I thought it was annoying. And y'all know I've enjoyed Angela's antics, but she leans way too much into the drama, then showing off her breast during the tell-all to his aunt. I thought that was ridiculous. Look, I get it. People do not like Angela because of how disrespectful she constantly is to Michael. But I'm if he likes it, I love it. Look, if he likes it, I love it. It is what it is. He's putting up with it. He's a grown man putting up with it. But she's also giving him fame and fortune. Fortune, I use that word lightly. But the beginning of this particular part 2 tell-all, Angela comes back. She's outside smoking. She's like, that Michael's, he's always defender. You remember what Psychic Tracy said? Was it Psychic Tracy? I can't remember. I'm making that up. Psychic said, it's a woman. It's a woman that starts with the L. Aunt Lydia. So it's Lydia. Okay, girl. If that's what you want to go with. If that's what you want to go with Angela. I know you guys are probably tired of looking at that picture. But Angela, you could have had a civil conversation with Aunt Lydia. Aunt Lydia, I don't even know why you even a part of this conversation. But she got really upset with Michael when she tried to say to Michael, remember, you told me not to be friends with Aunt Lydia, and then he denied it. I believe that. I believe he did talk bad about Aunt Lydia. You know how families do. And she called him out. And of course he's going to deny it because he's in Nigeria with his family. And Aunt Lydia could come over and pop him over the head. Alan says, give us the tea. I'm ready. We are talking about 90 Day Fiancé. I don't know if there's tea in regards to 90 Day Fiancé. I don't know if there's any. I mean, there is tea. There's some messy stuff going on. Not with this particular cast right now, though. Not with this particular cast right now. But Angela. Look, Adam said earlier that he feels that she's just leaning into the persona that we've seen on the show. I believe that. I definitely believe that. But now it's becoming annoying. It's becoming annoying. I don't need it. I don't want to see it. Susie says, I'm done. That's all she says. She says it every season. And honestly, I honestly believed, maybe because I heard the rumors that they had broken up and now we're hearing they're back together. I honestly believed it I was like, oh, she's finally done. So she can go move in with this guy. Y'all remember last week we were talking about Dr. Obeng and how he allegedly cheated on his wife and she put him on blast on social media. Okay. Mim says, I can't stomach Angela. Even I couldn't stomach Angela this episode. Even I couldn't. I don't mind her. I don't mind her. I think she, first of all, she was the most entertaining thing from this season. And this season was dry as hell. But I'm excited. I know The Other Way's coming back. I know 90 Days Single Life. That's going to be available on Discovery Plus. I know that's coming back. Dr. Obeng is cute, though. But it's always the ones that you find attractive that are probably the worst to date. Just saying. Just saying. And I don't think anything happened between Dr. Obeng and Angela. I don't believe that. We did a poll last week and y'all didn't believe it either. I think Dr. Obeng is using this platform. 90 Day Fiancé is a huge platform. I know it doesn't seem that way, but 90 Day Fiancé is a huge platform. Millions of people watch this show. And that's probably why someone like Angela, who's a favorite of the show, is feeling herself. And she thought the way that she was dressed was the ideal way to come to the reunion. She said, I'm going to put my hair up in a high ponytail. Honestly, if Angela came normal, like her normal hair down, and she dressed, look, I'm not going to try and body shame her like people were body shaming Dr. Wendy Asefo. However, I just felt like this wasn't a flattering outfit on her. This was not a flattering outfit to me. I feel like she could have had something a little bit more flattering that would still show off her new breasts, her new weight loss, all of that. But this wasn't it. This wasn't it. Let me see what your questions are. Sieb? I apologize. Why does Angela hate men so much sometimes? I think she's been very hurt by men. I mean, I wouldn't mind delving into Angela's past. Like, we were talking earlier on Adam's channel about what she could be filming. She's filming something right now. We have no idea. We don't know if it's 90 Days Single Life. I said maybe a spinoff. I'm like, if it was a spinoff, I wouldn't mind possibly meeting some of Angela's friends, meeting, maybe her exes, maybe finding out a little bit more about Angela. Because I think, honestly, we don't know that much about Angela besides like her immediate family and her drama with Michael. We don't really know Angela's story. It might actually be interesting to find out. Data says that outfit is too young for her. I didn't want to say that, but that particular outfit, which was giving me stripper vibes, it just was too. It was like, I don't get it. And then her daughter had a similar high ponytail. I wasn't feeling it. If anything, her daughter probably could have rocked that outfit better, but I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't feeling it. We didn't get a lot of Angela this episode because she walked out again. She walked out for a second time because she was just mad at Michael. Michael ends up calling her, and then she was like, I wish I had a phone to give you an example. Let's pretend this is a phone. And she's like, you're never going to see these again, showing off her. You're never going to see these again. And these are the moments that I love from Angela because she is a nut in so many ways. She is a complete nut. Abby says, the double standard CLC has for Angela is annoying. She's so abusive. Yeah, we have to be honest. Because if this was a man, let's talk about how she treats Michael and how she yells at Michael. If this was a man yelling at his spouse, we would feel very differently. Honestly, that's not what I like about Angela. What I like about Angela is some of those. Honestly, I love when she's around her kids. She does give really funny commentary. If you've seen her on Pillow Talk, she's actually interesting to watch. And from what I hear from people that do know her, they said that she's actually very lovely. I think she's leaning in to those hyper moments. Veronica says that outfit show Angela baggage behind her. Oh. Oh, look. Oh. Data says Angela is a nut for nuts. Okay. QK says Angela needs a crossover with Potomac, Zen Wentz Happiness, a Tata SmackDown, WE. I do want to find out what Angela is filming, though. That's what I want to know. because I want to know, am I going to be interested? I will be covering and talking about 90 Days of Single Life. I normally talk about it on my social media. So if you're not following me, let me post this up, because I'm just not sure if I'm going to take the time to make and go live and do one, unless Single Life and The Other Way, which are coming back, they're really good. Because I felt like we've done the lives. I've done pre-recorded videos on 90 Day Fiancé and now 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. And yes, look, we have 100 and something people in the room, and I know that you guys love watching it, and I love talking with you about it. But then sometimes I'm just like, if it's not good, why talk about it? I think I am going to do, though, not 90 Day, Married at First Sight. Hold on. Not the newest season. Season 11 that happened during the pandemic, because I watched it and I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it with you guys. The current season I can't watch because on YouTube TV they don't have Lifetime, and I'm not buying another thing to watch the current season of Married at First Sight. I love the concept of the show. I love the show, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm a stubborn Taurus, not doing it. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, so we'll get to Mike and Natalie in just a second. Jovi and Yara, I felt for Yara in this moment. I do feel like Yara does feel like she's so disconnected from her family. We have to remember this is all happening during a pandemic. She hasn't seen her family probably in a year and a half, almost 2 years. And she just had a baby, so she's still hormonal. And we find out in this episode that she possibly could be pregnant. And here's my frustration. Here's my frustration with this whole situation. Girl, I'm not going to sit here and feel sorry for you for being pregnant. Why don't you guys take the precautions? She says if she is pregnant, because she said that, she hasn't had her period in 2 months. And you guys haven't decided to go get a pregnancy test at this point? She says if she is pregnant, she's going to go back to Ukraine to be with her family. And I don't blame her, because she'll have the support of her own family. Remember, this is a woman, and she's disconnected from her mother and her family. Yes, Gwen is wonderful, and I love the friendship that they built, but it's still not her mother. There's still cultural differences that I'm sure they still kind of bump heads on. So I kind of felt for Yara in that moment, although they bored me this entire season. They really did. I'm not interested. Yes, this is a real story. We probably know people very much like them, but I'm not interested. But because it happened, it played out on the show. She might be pregnant. Wrap it up, Jovi, if you don't want to have another kid. But Jovi did say that, he has the type of job where if she did want to go back to Ukraine, he would be able to go and spend time with them there while, when he's not working, which actually makes more sense. It makes more sense. Go home, be with your family, because he's gone for like a month, 2 months sometimes. Why not? Go spend it with your family. Gwen is sweet, and I get it. Gwen wants to be around her grandchildren. But Gwen, if you had a daughter, wouldn't you want to, you'd want your daughter near you? I think Gwen would understand that. I would hope she would understand that. Let me see what you're saying. Hold on. Deborah says, who don't know about Aunt Lydia? You don't need a psychic for that. Wait, he said, is that guy wearing Tom Girardi's pants? Are you talking about Mike? Hold on. No, actually, his is a little bit more fitted than Tom Girardi's pants. And if you don't know what QK is talking about, y'all know I still got it here somewhere. Hold on, is it here? Yep, there it goes. This will stay in my place of pictures probably for a while. You know what I mean? If you missed the Tom Girardi story, Tom Girardi had to move out of his mansion. Check out that video. Poor Tom. Poor Tom and his fashions. Poor Tom and his fashions. But yeah, Yara and Jovi, she might be pregnant. No confirmation of that. They're going to wait till they go back home to find out. First of all, you're coming to the show. You already had a boring season. You should have found out if you were pregnant or not. You should have found out if you're pregnant, because then it would have been like, oh, yay, they had something to talk about at the reunion. They really had nothing to talk about. And it was silly. And I am not interested. Chuck and the no socks. I don't even have a picture of. Oh no, I do. And let's talk about Chuck and Andre. So in this particular episode, we find out that Andre and Chuck's situation is not big. Not Chuck. Well, this is Chuck Jr., right? This is Chuck Jr. Charlie. Their beef is continuing. I never believed this story. If you guys have been following me when I talk about 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After, Libby and Andre's storyline and their family seems so boring to me. So boring to me. However, look, here we are. They talk more about this. Apparently, the entire family is against Charlie. And apparently, they all think he has a drinking problem. And when I was on Adam's channel, and that's why I keep telling you guys to go watch it, because Adam pulled up, and I should have, I didn't do my due diligence. I was busy, y'all. I should have pulled up there. Look, I'll do it now. Why not? You guys will wait for me, right? Look, y'all will wait for me. Let me pull it up now because it was just so funny. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Yep. Oh, damn. We pulled this up earlier on Adam's channel, and it was shocking to say the least, because honestly, I heard about it, but I never, ever looked it up. So this is I don't even know their last name. Adam knows their last name. I don't know their last names. I don't care to know their last names. But here they are. This is Libby and Andre's family. They all have mugshots. But can we just let's talk about this one. This is woman right here. Can you guys, I don't know if you guys can't even see my, the one next to Libby with the brown hair. The picture right next to the brown hair is her. She's come a long way. Y'all can say what y'all want, what it is. Y'all can tell me in the chat. Y'all can tell me in the chat what you think it is, but that's a glow up. She looks 50 years younger. I didn't realize that you can actually look better after you get off the stuff. TikTok, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel if you're wondering this is where you're able to actually see what we're talking about. It's a mess. Matter of fact, TikTok, TikTok, see? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. That's the mugshot. I just gave y'all a little behind the scenes. Oh, apparently Libby doesn't have a mugshot, but everyone else does. And apparently Charlie has more than one mugshot. Even the dad has a mugshot. And according to Adam, apparently they had, I guess it's DUIs, and that's why they have mugshots. Let me make this a little bit smaller so y'all can see me. Look, so y'all can see me. That's the Leo Moon in me. What were they arrested for? I did not look up what they were arrested for. But based on their faces, they should have been arrested for that. Oh my God. Everyone else looks somewhat like themselves, even though Charlie lost a lot of weight. But I can't even remember her name. Libby's sister, she looks like her glow up. If it is what we think it is, I'm so glad that she's healthy and she was able to. Oh my gosh! Like whose youth did she suck out to become who she is now? Because sometimes after you mess with that stuff, you're never the same. Like your looks are never the same. Yes, Pothass is their last name. Thank you, Susie. I always forget. Adam always remembers. I never remember their last name because they're such a non-factor to me. Arrested for fashion crimes. Love After Lockup Worthy. That's another show I've been meaning to get into. It's just so many episodes. It's hard to catch up. Maybe when a new season starts. I don't know. But I don't even talk. Do we really want to talk about criminals? Look, it's one thing to report on Erica Girardi, Tom Girardi, or Jen Shaw. But when we really dig deep into criminals, do we really want to go there, y'all? Do we want to go in the muck? I don't know if I want to go in the muck. want them finding me. They're criminals. Oh, goodness. If you guys are just joining us, we have over 150 something people watching this video. Like the video if you haven't liked it already. Subscribe to the channel. This is where you get daily and consistent content, including everything in hot topics and pop culture, but also reality TV recaps as well. This is a mess. This is a mess. When Whisper says, hold on, there we go. Plastic surgery and Botox, maybe. But either way, I've seen people that have, been on that stuff and they're just never the same. Even some of your favorite celebrities that have been on that stuff and they've had the surgeries, they still, you're like, you could see it. You can see that. I'm not going to name any celebrities, but you can guess. Whatever she did, she looks like a brand new woman. Whatever she did. This was the most interesting part of my conversation with Adam earlier. Besides everything else we were talking about, but this in regards to this family, this was the most interesting part. This was the most interesting part. And Adam predicts that they will get their own show, and I cursed the day he ever said that to me. I cursed the day that he ever said that to me. I cursed the day. I'm just saying, I cursed the day. All right. Inhale, exhale says, makeup works miracles. Makeup works miracles. I'm like, all right. It is what it is. It is what it is. Hold on, y'all. Let me change this to that. There we go. I don't know. It's got to be more than makeup. Anyways, that's all I want to talk about in regards to Libby and Andre. Yes, they had a back and forth. Yes, they kicked Charlie out of the business. I don't care about their family drama because I don't believe there's anything authentic going on in Libby and Andre's lives. Honestly. No, we already have family Chantel. Familia Chantel. And I actually like that. I actually really do enjoy the family Chantel. Surprisingly. I don't know what they're going to bring for next. Karen from the family Chantel really is carrying that show. No one else. No one else. And it was really good season 1 and season 2. Susie says, Andre's looking good, though. Andre is a cute guy. I don't really love his personality. He's a cute guy. I can't say the same for Libby, though. There's something about Libby that I'm like, Her sisters look better than her, to be honest. Nisi says, really, Kempire, what did I say? What did I say? What did I say? So, K11 says, I like Chantel and Pedro. They were actually surprisingly entertaining. Data says, Andre is not. OMG, I'm judging you. Why are you judging me? Yes, Danielle, he's arrogant. You may be the only one, Kempire, that likes the family show. Not based on those ratings, and they're coming back for a season 3. I am not the only one. I am not the only one. I'm not going to even say anything because sorry, not sorry. Yes, Karen's one-liners from the family Chantel are epic. They're epic. Anyways. So we'll move on. We'll move on from Andre. We'll talk about this couple. Kalani and Asuelu. Another couple that, although there were moments I felt pre-produced, but I also felt an authentic story. I also felt like we were getting a real situation in regards to his family. His mother's asked for money. He kicks them out. I did not believe that fight between Tiffany and the family. I felt like him jumping up before she even did anything. I was like, okay. But then he really kicked his family out the door. Like, do you guys really believe he told them to get out? I'm like, really? But they actually acted, yes, surprised when his mother and sister were there. You guys knew they were going to be there. Stop playing. Y'all probably had dinner the night before. Calm down. I don't really love this couple. They were good enough for this season. They're another one I don't want to see again. They weren't that entertaining. according to Asuelu, he wants to have more kids. He wants her to go back to Samoa with him so she can learn how to be a good Samoan wife. She's like, no, I like Kalani. I think Kalani is feisty. I think she's funny at certain points, but I'm not interested in this story anymore. Last season, when they were on, it was interesting with the mom and Tiffany. Now them playing out and leaning into that, I'm no longer interested. I'm no longer interested. Susie says, I don't understand the attraction between these two. He's a man-child. I don't understand it either. I don't know how she had 2 kids for him. But maybe there is also this, although he's a man-child, there's also this very savage thing about him. There's also this other manly side to him. And I think that probably comes out when it comes to other things, when they come to their physical interactions. You can read my face. So I think that part, it works for her. But then when it comes to the everyday, his emotional intelligence is just not there. It's just not there. R. Wilson says, Kalani needs to admit she took advantage of Asuelu. What do you mean? You really believe that? What? Wait, who's pregnant? No, I honestly thought, because there was a picture, if you guys saw the thumbnail that I posted, pregnant, there was an image of Tiffany. We didn't get a lot from Tiffany this episode. She chimed in on other people's relationships, but there was a photo of Tiffany pointing like this, like she was pointing like she was pregnant. I was like, is she going to be the one to announce that she's pregnant? But she didn't. If anything, she said she's about to have the weight loss surgery. And I was like, Tell All Part 2 was not as interesting as Tell All Part 1. Part 1 really gave me a lot. Just Michi says he is very immature, wanting to be grown, not at least is very immature. You mean that Bush side to him? She said, Melly said that you mean that Bush side to him. There's that savage, side to Asuelu. I'm not that interested in Asuelu, though. I'm just like, even the storyline, I was like, when I was watching, I watched the reunion twice, the tell-all twice, and I was just like, I don't get it. QK says, Kalani looks pregnant in that photo. She probably was in this photo, y'all. She probably was. No, not in this photo. Y'all really think she looks pregnant in this photo? No, she doesn't. She is not pregnant in that photo. I thought that she was going to announce on the show, though, the tell-all that she was pregnant. But she didn't. She says she's not ready. She didn't say that she didn't want to have more kids. She just says not right now. They will have more kids, trust and believe, and they'll probably use that to bring it on the show. I'm not interested in Kalani and Asuelu coming back. They're not entertaining. Even with the mom, I was excited for the mom and sister to come back, and then it just sort of fell flat for me. It fell flat for me. That's just me, though. Okay, let me move on. Let's move on. We didn't get a lot from Brandon and Julia. We didn't get a lot from Brandon and Julia this episode, which I was happy about. They just sort of were chiming in on other people's storylines. I felt for him because I felt like what he was going through in the tell-all part 1 was truly genuine when it comes to the family's health scares or his father's health scare. And I do think that he wants to move closer to the family. If anything, I think Brandon wants to move back in because he's like, I don't want to do this responsibility. I don't want to have to pay rent. Mind you, she's not working, so he's covering all of it. Just saying. Oh, y'all. Let me see. Let's talk about this couple. Mike and Natalie. So Sean asked the question. She asked the question, where are you guys? Sean, why are you asking the obvious questions? They are over. We saw in part 1, that this relationship was done. This relationship is not going anywhere. They are done. It's over. It's kaput. He's taking back his bank card. He's canceling her bank card. Even at the end, she just kind of walks past him as if They didn't share a relationship, as if he wasn't paying for her lifestyle in Florida, as if she didn't just admit to hanging out with some other guy in New Orleans, as if they didn't just share 2 different seasons on this, 3 different seasons on this reality show. As if they're not American. She just walked past him and was just like, like an awkward, like, if anything, she could have been mature enough. And that's the thing. She isn't mature. She could have been mature enough and be like, you know what? I know we don't see eye to eye, and I know we didn't come to any solid whatever. I do wish you well. That's it. Oh, Natalie, you are a mess. Natalie, you are a mess. Hold on. What you guys are saying? Twerk. What did Twerk says, I can't stand Mike and believe his mama called her a hook. I believe Mike's mom called her a hooker. Part 1, we got to see the mom a little bit. I would have been interested to hear a little bit more from Mike and Natalie, but only thing that we confirmed, Sean confirmed that they are done. They are done. They're not coming back. It is what it is. Kayla said, I don't care about this couple. They've been fake for the last 2 seasons. Why didn't Mike marry her? Because Mike probably had bills that he wanted to pay, and he was like, you know what? I can use this money to pay it. You remember, Mike was having some issues. Lucy says, Natalie is horrible. I don't know who's worse, because there were moments during the season of 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After and 90 Day Fiancé that I was just like, oh, Mike is trying. And then there were moments where I was like, Mike's an idiot. Why is Mike talking in this high voice when he gets upset? And then there were moments with Natalie. I was like, Natalie, like, what is your issue? Natalie's coming up in the house with a luggage and acting as if she's not trying to leave him for Julie, but now she moved across the country and he's paying for her lifestyle across the country. Mike, you're a better man than me, but technically that's what he signed up for. And if he's going to divorce her and not go through with this, she's probably not going to get her green card. And you saw it in Tell-All Part 1. Natalie's talking about, reaching out to her mom that I'm probably going to have to come back home. So it sounds like to me that Natalie came here for her green card. Nisi says they are both horrible. Twerk Tower Priestess says Mike got what he deserved after that NS he pulled last season. Mike didn't cheat on her, though. I haven't heard that, and that wasn't, she alluded to that, but he said that wasn't anything. That's just his friend or his ex. So he says Mike was totally waiting for Natalie to run back to him. Really? You think that? David says Mike looked like he cheated. If anything, he was ready to cheat with Angela. Angela was all over him. At one point, Angela had her feet up on his lap. I'm like, Angela. It wouldn't surprise me if they hooked up. Just the thought. I'm trying to think of who else we didn't speak about. Who did we not speak about? We spoke about this couple. We spoke about them. I'm just happy that the tell-all is over. I'm just happy that the tell-all is over. I'm happy that we can move on to a new show. I'm hoping that these next iterations of 90 Day The Single Life or 90 Day The Other Way, 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way. I want you guys, for those that are watching the replay of this, let me know if you want me to cover that live here on the channel. Because if you don't, I'm just going to do my recaps under a minute and I'm just going to keep it moving. Because I'm like, I appreciate you all being here, of course. And I appreciate having these conversations with you. But I'm just like, this season was not good. It was not good. Tell-All Part 1 was the better part of the season. Tell-All Part 2, I found myself forcing myself to watch it. Yes, the QK says there's a gay couple on it. Yes, that's coming on The Other Way. They were on it before. And honestly, their original story is actually very good and interesting. But there's more to this story that they didn't share on the show, but he shared on social media. And I wonder if they're going to share it this season about what happened to the mother of his child, his ex-wife. I think it was his ex-wife. Armando. Yes, Armando. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to give it a chance. And of course, I'll talk about it and review it here. R. Wilson says, hold on. Oh, I can't see it here. For some reason. But this season was a bore for her. It was a bore for me too. Inhale, exhale, Tiffany and Ronald, but they wasn't given nothing. Yet they didn't really talk to Tiffany and Ronald this particular episode. I'm glad they kept it at just 2 parts. They probably could have just did maybe a long part 1, because I didn't really get much from part 2. I didn't get much from part 2. QK says, I don't see 90 Day different country. I mainly stick to Housewives because they easy to pull apart for kicks. I can't. Who remembers No Neck and Ed? Well, he was part of 90 Day, The Single Life. That was actually a good season with a variety of different couples. That's why I'm interested in 90 Days Single Life on Discovery Plus for this next season. So stay tuned for that. Data says, can we get a list of the next shows we will be reviewing? No. Right now, what we will be reviewing that I know for sure, Real Housewives of Potomac, Real Housewives of New York, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, which is coming up. I am probably going to do a special live where I'm going to talk about Married at First Sight season 11. So stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. And I think what I'm going to do is, of course, Love and Marriage Huntsville. We do every Sunday. I haven't done Darcy and Stacey. I've been watching, but I haven't. Someone asked if I'm doing any Zeus shows. Zeus, I don't think that's my network. I appreciate what they're doing over at Zeus. I hear that it's on the track to be a Femtaro's in my TikTok chat. What's going on, Femtaro? I just don't like what I've seen on there. I haven't really seen anything that I'm like, yes, I want to watch it. You never know that I've actually have been contemplating downloading the app and watching some of this stuff, but congrats to Zeus on their potential to be a really great network. I'm just not sure if I'm there yet. Like, I want to support Black business, but I'm not sure how I feel about it. Anuli says, oh, or is that too ratchet? I don't know if it's too ratchet. Based on some of the shows I've seen, it seems a bit. Baddies ATL. I used to love Bad Girls Club. I used to love that show. I know it doesn't seem like it. I used to love the show. I thought it was entertaining. And I know that this is a new version of that for the Zeus network. I saw the reunion. First of all, Tamar, I thought you were done with reality TV. Now she's going to be on The Surreal Life, and she was hosting that. She wasn't a very good host, to be honest with you. When you're getting in fights with everyone else, you're as the host, you guys are supposed to navigate and keep the conversation going and keep the peace. It's not for you to get in fights with everybody. It was weird for me. Kempire is really ratchet. I don't really think I'm ratchet, to be honest with you. I would own it if I was ratchet. Ed and Angela are gross, horrible. Zeus is ratchet. Ew, I'm over Zeus. I mean, I hope Zeus will lean into other programming so that people like you and I that want something that's not like we don't mind a little ratchet, but something maybe a little bit more mainstream for us. I hope they lean in that direction. But I get it. Their audience is that, and they built a almost $1 billion company off of that. Are you going to be reviewing Wendy Williams if her show comes back? Why would I review her show? If anything, I'm gonna review whatever mess that comes out on her show. You know, we always report on everything. I did. If you guys don't follow me on my TikTok or my social media, I did a report on Wendy Williams' new boyfriend. Speaking of, because I'm answering questions, I think on Friday afternoon or Friday evening, I'm going to do a Q&A live here on the channel. So you guys will be able to ask me questions, call in, do all of that, because we haven't done one of those, and we've already reached over 32,000 subscribers. So I want to kind of keep that. I want to hear what you guys are thinking and saying so I can get a better idea. Anuli says, I love the shows on Zeus, but it is the reality show junk I love. Okay. Hey, Femtaro's in the building. Femtaro is very late where Femtaro is. Femtaro, you might need to go to sleep. But I appreciate you being here and supporting. We are recapping 90 Day Fiancé. I don't think Femtaro even watched. Femtaro, we probably should do a reading on some of these 90 Day Fiancé people. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to Femtaro's channel, be sure to. And if you haven't booked a reading with her, you should. You should. Femtaro.com. And also check out her channel for collaborations that we've done together, including talk about some of your favorite housewives. Right? That the Fashion Police needs to be relaunched in a new kind of way. And maybe not the Fashion Police per se. Maybe Zeus should create their own thing in that regard. I hope that they are thinking of that in the future in regards to it can't just be, ratchet TV. It needs to be a mix because you don't want to alienate people like you and I that want something else. And I want to support them. I want to support if they're doing very, very well, and they're doing very well because they've leaned into that whole idea. They've leaned into that whole idea. For those that are watching the replay of this, let me know if you have questions for me, because we're going to probably do a Q&A. Not probably. We will do a Q&A live here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel just to kind of answer your questions. We haven't done one. So I'm going to do that. Okay. Fantero says the plants seem healthy and happy, unlike mine, who are withering away. Well, I'm trying not to overwater them because we had a fly situation, but I think I've gotten it under control. I still have to name them. I got some aloe. Don't get me naming them. Birds of paradise. Of course, snake plant. I got my crystals. I got a bunch of crystals. I got my black tourmaline over the weekend. This is for protection. I ain't playing with y'all on these YouTube streets. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to do a quick recap of 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After Tell All Part 2. If you're watching the recap of the replay of this, be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments. Also in the chat, I want to know from 1 to 10, how would you rate the Tell All Part 2? From 1 to 10. And I have a bunch of Monstera too. I have a bunch. The other one is in there. I need to bring it back in here, and I have another one upstairs that I need to bring in here as well. I need to. QK says the aloe grows loads of pups. Well, that's good to know. Every once in a while, it's good to have some aloe. Lucy says 0. Venus, you enjoyed the season. Inhale XL says 2. Or with a 2.5. What would I rate it? Probably like a 2 or 3. And part 1 was the best part. Part 1 of the tell-all was the best part. Carl says, I rated it's a 5. Exactly. I mean, it wasn't a great season. We have over 100 and something people watching. Be sure to like this video if you haven't liked it already. Stay tuned for more pop culture news here on the channel. More stories that you may have missed over the past couple of days. I've been busy. And if you're not following me on my social media, everything is at TheKempire or at Kempire Daily. There you're getting under a minute, sometimes under 15 seconds, hot topics. So be sure to follow me there. Let me see. I'm seeing more 2.5s, 5s. I only watched part 1. Hold on. Hey, Dina. Sorry. Hey, Kempire, I like your energy. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Guys, stay tuned for more. As I said to you before, we will be doing our Real Housewives of New York recap tomorrow at some point. And Adam will be here from Up in Adam's YouTube channel, will be here on Thursday for our Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We have a lot of things to talk about. We have to talk about his recent interview with Ronald Richards. We have to talk about the latest episode of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So stay tuned to the channel, lock to the channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't already. Like this video if you haven't already as well. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to my mods that are in the room, special guests. And have a great evening. I'm going to go eat. I love to eat. I'm going to go eat. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know how we started the show is how we're going to end the show.